Hi folks, welcome back, and hope you're enjoying the videos. You know, as I stated before, over the last couple weeks, what we've been doing is walking through my 5-step process. If you've missed any of the previous videos, so to get yourself caught up, you can always go back to our website. The link is below if you're viewing this on the newsletter. It's up in the comments section if you're viewing this on social media. But go to our website, dfranvfo.com, and click on DFran Digest. You can see the past ones where we kind of walked to the top view, walked through all the 5 steps, and now been breaking down each one of these. And so what I've been asking you to do in each one of these is, as we talk, think about where do you stand in each one of these areas, okay? Are we a 5? Hey, we've got it figured out. Or are we a 1, saying we got no clue? Or are we somewhere in between? And as always, if you're actually anywhere in the spectrum, but especially if you're in that 1, 2, 3, and even the 4 range, you know, schedule time for us to talk, because we may be able to help you to get you the guidance that you need. So with that being said, you know, as we talked about, you know, our first step is really our ideal life and creating that mental picture of what we want our ideal life and lifestyle to look like, both personally, in our business or in our careers, and also with our family. So we do that. Then we want to review the current situation and see how well is our current situation helping us to achieve this ideal life. If it's not, then we know we got to make adjustments. But these first 2 steps are what really, for a lot of times when we meet with new people and they're kind of going, well, you know, we like the idea, but we're not really sure. We might just say, let's do a project. Let's just see where you are. Bring in your stuff. We'll crunch the numbers, see where you stand, and then you can make a decision from there. So, but we do those things. The third thing is then creating the roadmap for you. How are we going to do this? So the 4th step is what I call the self-financing program. And this is basically, you know, I've been talking about putting the pieces of the puzzle together. This is the puzzle pieces. Okay, so what we want to do is this whole idea of the self-financing plan is really about creating, you know, how do we achieve the needs that you have, all right, for this ideal life? You know, shelter, food, you know, clothing, electricity, you know, the wants, the toys you may want, the travel you may want to go on, the charitable causes you want to take care of, and then also the concerns, you know, the things that keep you up at night. You know, am I going to have to go into a home? You know, am I going to outlive my money? All of those concerns. And so what we're going to do through this self-financing program is to create the puzzle pieces that will solve each one of those problems. So we look at these in a couple different areas. We're going to first start with your qualified plans. That's things like your retirement accounts, your 401ks, your 403bs, if you're a federal employee, your thrift plan. You know, we're going to look at, we'll look at even outside sources, you know, whether you have pension income, things like that, IRAs, Roth IRAs. These are all the things that we want to look at. Do you have these things? And if you don't, what do we need to do to get in place? Give you an example. You know, I'm a big proponent of deferring taxes, and a lot of times for business owners, they don't have this ERISA plan, they don't have this 401k, and they're really missing out on an opportunity. We'll put this into place so that they can defer taxes, especially now when their business is having really good cash flow. But for some people, the tax deferral aspect may not be as big, but what we also like to do is start to create pools of tax-free money that the client can then access in retirement, because and it's actually an interesting, if you look at the numbers, let's say you wanted to live on $100,000, okay, in retirement or in this ideal life that you have, but you only need to pull $70,000 of taxable income because you have a Roth. You might have some other non-qualified vehicles that will be able to kick off tax-free income for you. Whatever those things are, you're actually reducing yourself down a whole tax bracket, and that could be sometimes, you know, up to 10%. That's a huge savings. So we want to see, are we, you know, maybe we need to put these things in place. You know, do we need to put in things like non-qualified deferred comps if you're a business owner, if you're a professional that owns your own practice? A restricted property trust, which is another way to be able to create one of those tax-free vehicles, especially when you're outside, you're concerned about taxes now, but also don't want to have that income, that tax problem in the future. Really, it's a really cool thing, and I'm not going to get into the details about the restricted property trust. But anyway, do we have cash balance plans? All of these different things. We're also would look at, okay, what about outside investments? Do we need to, if we can't do a lot of these other things that help us from a tax standpoint, can we put money away in an investment account that we can manage on a very tax efficient way? One thing I always recommend for clients is keeping cash available anywhere from 3 to 12 months. That doesn't mean put it under your mattress. You might take 3 months, have that liquid in the money market. You might have another 6 months, that's 6 to 8 months in an investment account, where if an emergency really came up, we would just have to liquidate securities. But we try to do all this in a very tax efficient way, but get your money working for you. So those are the two areas there. The third area is in risk management. Are we protected if something should happen to us? If something should happen to us, is our business protected? Do we have adequate risk management tools in place? And then the fourth is the business structure. How is our business structured? And could we structure it in a way that minimizes tax liability, that creates different cash flow streams, that maybe meets some of the ideal life and lifestyle needs of other family members who maybe don't want to be in a core business, but they like this aspect of maybe the business that's there. So we're going to look at all of these things and then create this self-financing program so that you're not at the mercy, if you're a business owner, to say, I got to sell my business for this number. I have to achieve this, okay? Or, again, if you're an employee, I need to, make sure that, I don't lose I don't lose any money in the markets, or that, I don't want to sit there praying that my company keeps its pension. We've got everything covered in case something should happen, and we all know life throws curveballs. So anyway, so that's really the four steps. So as I said, grade yourself 1 to 5. All right, if you're 5, that's great. If you want to talk, we can talk, but for your 1s to 4s, I definitely recommend get on my calendar, schedule a half-hour consultation. We'll talk, we'll see if we want to take the next steps. If so, we can meet, get a little better feel for each other, and then maybe just engage in this first 2 steps just to kind of see where you stand. So anyway, hope that's helpful. I'll look forward to talking with everybody next week. Take care. Have a great day.